Playtime. The sun winks, grinning at our morning window, shouting, "Love all!" Swings its tennis racket, but no, we won't come out to play. At noon, the rain plays Knockdown Ginger, drums its invitation with a baseball bat. And no, we won't come out to play. The evening wind groans and shrieks and calls, scoops up leaves, throws tantrums with dust. But no, we won't come out to play. Tonight, the Milky Way sends texts in font too small for human eyes to see. And we come out to play. Right, the next poem is also a kind of play. I read a prompt by a poet writing on Substack. He'd seen a weird headline, and he said, "There is the basis for a new form of poetry here. Why don't you try it?" So I tried it, and see if you can see what it is. My poem's called Confessions. I've never loved a slug, but once I slugged a lover. I can't remember why, and I quickly ran for cover. I've never bullied cows, but I've sometimes cowed a bully. With a trapdoor, and a rope, and a weight, and a pulley. I've never cooked a badger, but I have badgered a cook in an Arab market, the kind they call a souk. I've never felt a need, but once I needed felt to make an arty tabard with a cunning narrow belt. I've never fanned a fire, but once I fired a fan, who I thought was making eyes at my favourite man. I've never burned a book, but I have book to burn, with fishing rights in Scotland, or perhaps it was Lucerne. I've never turned a corner, but I have cornered a turn. That's a bird. Does it count? I have a lot to learn. And lastly, I, like Tony, play at pastiching other poets. We live in Guildford, and that has got a lot of connections with Lewis Carroll, who is one of my favourite authors since the age of 7. So this is called Alice in Office Land. 'Twas Friday, and the compy lads did clickle on the scribble screens, all done wit were the bossy bulls in shirties red and green. The after-ball had uttered jokes until the air was bugger blue. The secre ladies goggle-gigged at lunch till 2:30. Is it 5:30 or dirty dive? And is the weekly shammock o'er? Will compulads and secre ladies go frickle at the watering goal? She thigh-toed out the greeded door with primarked elegance and ease, escorted by a bossy bull who thought she was a furtish tease. They fraggered down the crowd-rubbed street to Binny's Vino Berisset. He sat her in a cloister booth and fetched her gin and anisette. "It's growing late," the secre girl protested as he brought her more. "Come, bibble by," he urged her. "Have a scroodle-driver, Peridor." And so the night went woofing by. "Let's body rub," he said to her. They found a room in Palmer's Green, and fiddle-fingered up the stairs. "Come to my arms, my bossy boy. Tell me you have no Wookie wife." He told her bylines, spun a tale about a simplifying life. But suddenly the door bursts wide. His Wookie wife stands glowering there with law divorcers at her side. "Alice, don't fall off that chair. Where is that work I'm waiting for, that database to be completed? There's work to do, or there's the door." Her fantasy deleted. Yes, I published this little book early last year. This is a poem, actually, it's about Donal. He isn't well, you wouldn't know it, I know, but he has been very, very ill. Before he actually fell ill, I had a kind of premonition. And as I said, I'm very fond of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And I remembered this quotation, Remembering the Future, the poem's called, and this is the epigraph. It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards, said the White Queen. And that's from Alice Through the Looking Glass. So, if I'm all now, remembering, I shall one day lose the warm swell of your chest under my cheek, the comfort of your gentle hands on my body. Like the White Queen, if I suffer now, the pain that will grip my chest as I lie here one day in the future, knowing you've gone, perhaps I can live time reversed, all grieving done, no tears to shed, time cancelled, my fingertips still exploring your beloved flesh, you and I in a perpetual present time. But no, my mourning will be of infinite duration. Better not to step through the looking glass. There will be no relief from remembering that you've gone, and no end to the pain. Best to keep my poor one-way memory that holds the presence of you, and remember only our precious years together.